They're talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. They don't know basketball, but they will make dumb ass jokes.
Yo.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Don't Lie with Sam and Stav. The gang is back. Ooh, it feels like old times. We're both in our homes. This might be the first time I've done it from my fucking house in a while. Oh no, I guess I did the one with Quo. I just had our Andrew Quo on, who you remember we had that great episode, the Knicks centric talk. But it's nice, man.
I follow him on Twitter now, so
He's
I see
great.
all his
He's fucking
takes.
great.
Yeah.
He's fucking
I'm
great.
enjoying it.
Yeah. But,
I love NBA hot takes. That's kind of
he's the best.
You know.
I love both those guys. The Cookies guys are so great. But Sammy, we got Sammy back in the mix. It feels good to.
I missed you, man.
Missed you too, dude. We needed to get one in the playoffs. Our buddy Sam is back, folks. I was telling them I'm like the dad who's frantic, whose wife is going off on like she's like on the Bahamas. She's having an affair with like her hot coworker, and I'm just trying to keep the family together.
A journey of self-discovery.
You're Stella getting her groove back, but it's like if Stella left her husband with 2,000 Patreon subscribers to keep happy, you know, where I'm like, guys, I'm feeding everybody Eggos. My hair is disheveled. I'm late for work. I missed the big meeting. You know what I mean? Like
Kramer versus Stavi.
Yeah. Exactly. It's nice to have you back, Sammy. We got a whole fucking playoffs talk about.
Well, I mean, there's so much going on. I've been watching the games, obviously, and I saw you're tweeting from the Pod Don't Lie account. You're saying,
I was going off, dude. The Boston
Warriors.
Dude,
who did we anger?
I know. It's really our fault. I don't know. We've had pretty good years overall, and I think God is taking us down a peg because I just can't get excited for these fucking finals at all. But
I'm low key kind of rooting for the Warriors. I can't believe it.
I can't, like, every time I try and figure out who I'm rooting for, just my brain shuts off.
You know what I'm rooting for?
What's
I'm
that?
rooting for is for Steph to get a Finals MVP because he doesn't have one.
Nah, I can't do that.
A legacy Finals MVP.
I can't do it. Everyone is sucking. Okay, I am fucking. The suck off has started everywhere, and I am ready to be a hater on both of these fucking teams. Everyone is talking about this is the hardest. Oh, it's the hardest path anyone has had to fucking. Everyone is sucking Jason Tatum's cock. By the way, Jimmy Butler should have won. That would have been the only funny part. Would have been if Jimmy Butler won the inaugural Larry Bird Trophy for the Eastern Conference Finals, which is like,
so
you know
funny.
what? You know what? Okay, name that one. I like naming that one after Larry Bird and naming the Western one after Magic. That's cool.
And having Cedric Maxwell give it out was the funniest part. They're like, the Larry Bird Trophy.
Yeah.
And you're like, hell yeah. And they're like, here's Cedric Maxwell.
Yeah, Larry Bird is somewhere shotgunning Natty Lights in Indiana. He doesn't give a fuck about this game, which respect. But then
and
they
now
had
handing out the Jack Nicholson Award, Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, Christian Slater doing a Jack Nicholson impression. That's fine, but they had to name the Eastern Conference Award the Bob Cousy Award.
Yeah, I knew that would piss you off.
Fucking minds. He sucks dick.
He
He's so
suck
bad.
Dick, but let's get carried away.
I swear to him in his prime versus me right now, I would do a credible job defending him.
I don't know about that.
I would do a credible job defending him. I'm not saying I would beat him. I'm just saying
you would not beat Bob Cousy
I
one-on-one.
could give him some trouble, and that's a problem.
I don't think you'd give Bob Cousy any trouble.
I think I would give.
I think when we're comparing Bob Cousy to like Chris Paul, that's an issue. But when we're talking you versus Bob Cousy, I think
right
he's going to
now,
be okay.
I'm not even talking about me in college. I'm talking about 300 pounds, 9 months on the road, fucking running on chicken wings and dick pills. That's who. I'm locking down. I'm stripping him 2 possessions.
You're not stripping Bob Cousy. There's no way.
I'm about to look at fucking Bob. Let me just look at some Bob Cousy videos.
Dude,
I'm telling you, I would fucking. Listen, he's gonna beat me. I'm not saying he's not gonna beat me.
As long as you admit he'll beat you.
I'm just saying I would do a credible job.
Is this episode already called Stav versus Cousy? Dude, I think so. First off, no, they don't have the hardest path. They beat some of the best players, but they were all fucked up. I mean, so it's like the Nets. Yeah, you took down KD and Kyrie, but the team was thin. You swept them, so credit for sweeping them. But it was a thin team. You're not beating Milwaukee without Chris Middleton.
By the way, a sweep in and of itself, like, means it's not hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. What the fuck is
sweeping a team that has Kyrie and KD at all is impressive. I'll give you that. But it's not. But it's not a good team. It's two great players.
I'm watching Bob Cousy highlights right now. 100%, I could fucking lock his ass out.
I don't think so.
Dude, he's dribbling like fucking. He's dribbling with one fucking hand, dude. He was okay at passes, but hold on, let me. He was, and look, like, I'm telling you, honestly, you would beat Bob Cousy, dude. If we got you in the fucking gym, if we fucking trained you up, dude, you're taller. What was he, 6'2"? Fuck Bob Cousy. Anyway, all right. I'm done with Bob Cousy. Sorry to interrupt your point. You were making a good point. They don't beat Milwaukee without Middleton, of course. And look, that's the one I'll give them, because even without Middleton, Giannis is the best player in the NBA.
He is.
Who until he was just he ran out of gas game 7. There's nothing.
And then they beat Miami without Tyler Hero, who's their second best scorer.
No sixth man of the year. Kyle Lowry is a fucking fat ass shell of himself. He's
Although give him credit for the amount of charges he still takes. That dude is just never not taking a charge. It's like taking years off his career. He's more battered Chris Paul at this point.
That's what the cheeks are for. That's what it's an evolutionary advantage.
Airbags.
He's got ass cheek airbags. But yeah.
I love Kyle Lowry.
Jimmy was hurt too. That's the other thing. Jimmy is just such a hard dick savage.
And Jimmy was the best player in the series.
Without question.
I mean, I remember Bill Simmons was making an argument that Jimmy's not a top 20 player. And I was like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Jimmy does have the,
That's some Boston hate.
It's get it just hard enough for the job. Sometimes Jimmy's cock is half hard. He just hangs it out a little bit, you know? But in the playoffs, he gets the Austin Powers penis pump and he torques it up to the fucking to the maximum, and it works.
Yeah.
Dude. And it fucking works. That's what you can say about Jimmy, is that, like, maybe he doesn't care always, but when he does care, he's a top whatever you want to say player. I mean,
and he's a Heat culture. I mean, I know people are like, enough with Heat culture, but like, they play tough. Like, they're a tough franchise, no doubt.
And let's not forget. And by the way, I love that he took that 3. I mean, that's what you got to do. Play
terrible
to win the
3-point shooter, but it was still a badass moment. Because if he hits that shit, it's all we're talking about.
That's
some too bad he doesn't have Dame's range, because that would have been a badass.
But it was a pretty. The thing is, though, like, what was he shooting in the playoffs? Pretty good. Like, that's what I mean. It's like he is so interesting.
But here's my issue with the shot. I have no problem with it, but it didn't, like, he's taking that shot because they're too tired to go to overtime, that whole team. He knows that they're fucking exhausted. Their offense was flat. Jimmy and Bam are the only ones who really showed up at all that game. So he's taking that because they're exhausted. When you're exhausted, your shot is flat. So that's why he should have tried to draw a foul.
I don't know. I think it was a really good look, right? Yeah. Like, here's the other thing. Give the Celtics credit begrudgingly. They have an insane defense. So you're telling me, like...
Yeah. Even Horford's blocking like he's Mutombo.
And here's the other thing. Al Horford, check him for steroids every day. Okay? He should have been a nice role player, and he's turned into a fucking franchise. He's played like a franchise center, pissing me the fuck off.
Well, Where the fuck did this come from? Do I think the Warriors are going to win the series? Yes, but the Celtics match up against the Warriors much better than the Heat do. Just facts.
Yeah.
Because the Celtics have more offensive firepower.
That's true. And also, Bam, theoretically, the guy who could have given them the most trouble is Bam. But Bam, even in this series, looked, I mean, look, maybe part of that was Robert Williams. Maybe a guy like Draymond, as good as he is the exact kind of guy Bam wants to go up against. He doesn't want to go against these big... Sorry, excuse me. He doesn't want to go against these fucking I'm allergic to the Celtics and Warriors series. That's what this is. The more
I've
we're
had
talking,
allergies too. I didn't know.
that's what it is.
I just see Jason Tatum holding up the fucking Larry Bird trophy, and I'm taking some Nasacort.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Oh.
I don't know. I think you're right about that, and I also think this is going to be a crazy small ball series. I mean, Robert Williams becomes interesting, like, because that I do think shot blocking has given the Warriors a little some problems this season. But other than that, it's like these teams are going to love going small probably, and it's going to be an interesting series.
Does that mean that Horford and Williams don't get a lot of minutes? You're saying?
I just think like both these teams have the ability. Well, I think the Warriors might make them go smaller, right? Because they'll probably play with just Draymond. I mean, although Looney's been pretty good too. I just think if you're the Warriors,
Looney's been very good.
Looney's been very good, but if Robert Williams is healthy, it's like I think you'd rather out little guy them than play them. I think Boston has more of an advantage when you go big with Horford and Williams than now. I don't think Tice is going to see any fucking minutes whatsoever. I don't think any of their other backup bigs. As
he should not.
But I do think the Warriors are going to get interesting with, I think they're going to, they're going to play Draymond. They're going to play Looney sometimes, who again has been really good, but he's good because he plays for fucking the Warriors, and Steph has.
And he's hard nosed, and he knows what it takes to win. He's been on a lot of those teams, so Looney's he's a vet now. Then you have a lot of storylines for this finals. Some that are interesting to me. It's like, all right, what Wiggins are you going to get? Is he going to stay this fucking good?
Right.
Is he going to play? He played some very good defense on Luka.
He did.
Can he do any of that to Tatum? Can he?
Dude, the fact that I'd have to be rooting for Wiggins to play good defense makes me sick. The fact that I have to be like, yay, Andrew Wiggins did a good job on Tatum, and I'm happy about that.
Well, then
makes me sick to my fucking stomach. This sucks. The NBA fucked this up for me, man. This is my favorite time of the year, and I haven't been able to enjoy the last 2 weeks.
Phoenix fucked it up.
Phoenix, yes. Fucking goddamn, Chris Paul fucking stunk up. And Devin Booker, by the way.
Chris Paul broke down.
Chris Paul, so did Devin Booker. This was the time.
Yeah.
It was kind of like what happened with LeBron and Anthony Davis, where it's like, LeBron was like, hey, all right, time for you to kind of be the main guy. And it's like in these playoffs, Chris Paul breaks down. It's like, all right, well, here's it's Devin Booker time. This is what Devin Booker's been asking for. What he
Where
claims
do you rank
he's
Devin
ready
Booker
for
right now? Where do you put him? You can't rank him ahead of Tatum anymore.
No, you can't. And I do.
He's certainly not. He's not ahead of Jimmy, which is people were doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we do. Like, are the Suns a little bit of a fucking? Are
they fucked?
A regular season ass team?
Are they? Hey, let me tell you something. If they max out DeAndre Ayton, which I don't think they will at this point, but if they do, tell me how similar they look to the Jazz. Ayton and Booker, Gobert and Mitchell. How much of a regular season team is this?
I gotta say, I would rather take Ayton and Booker over Gobert
but not by a ton.
I think I would take. I prefer Booker to Mitchell a lot. Actually.
Without question. But do you prefer Ayton to Gobert? That's where it gets tough. Gobert is a superior defensive player.
But I do think Ayton actually gives you a lot. He is a more versatile player in the playoffs too, and I think he's got a much better offensive game, and he's no slouch on defense. Like he's not a bad defender.
But the Jazz we knew were going out in the first round, and the Suns are not that much better. I'll tell you this: the problem with the Suns, how many shots are you relying on?
But Suns have a much better supporting cast. Their defense is better.
Are they going to be able to re-sign Cam Johnson? Probably not.
I mean, look, I don't think Ayton's there because we have a lot. I mean, so much has happened that we haven't talked about, but. I mean, Monty at his fucking press conference. I mean, Ayton did not play very much in the last game of that series, and I mean they were getting their fucking.
Chris Paul was hurt.
Sure, but
the way I know the playoffs are all about matchups, but the way the Suns lost to the Mavs, blowing a lead, versus
and then getting blown out at home too. By the way,
of course,
embarrassingly.
And one of the worst Game 7 losses, I mean, maybe the worst in history. And then watching how easily the Warriors did away with them. The Warriors are funny because they'll The one game they lose, they'll just let the team clap their cheeks. They'll be like, just fuck it. But then every other game, they're like, we're good. They're like, no, you take this one. Blow us out. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is, I mean, there is like a little arrogance or like a little like, look, we know what this is. Like, we're gonna lose a game, so we might as well get our money's worth out of losing the game. It's like if you're late for work, don't be one of those assholes that runs, you're sweating. All right, you get there 5 minutes late. Don't get there 4 minutes late. Get there 12.
Yeah.
You got a coffee. You're relaxed. You know what I mean? Like, you're already late. Fuck it.
That's a team that's been there before. They're just
exactly.
like, we know what we're doing. Like, yeah, exactly.
We're fine.
Another thing I'm excited for in the finals, which Klay Thompson do we get? Because there are moments where he looks like the Klay of old.
Yep.
And there's moments where he looks like old Klay. And same with Jordan Poole. How hard is Jordan Poole going to go off? Like, the Warriors have got some interesting dudes off the bench. What is Marcus Smart? How effective can he be on Steph? Or is Steph just like, fuck you, this is mine? You know Steph is thinking about his finals MVP.
I have to look at a matchup that's Marcus Smart versus Steph Curry and have to enjoy either side of it. It's
hard. It's very. If it was the Heat, I could have enjoyed it.
The thing is, you're making great points, and everything you're saying is making me sad because I'm realizing I don't give a fuck. It'll piss me off. I'm pissed off.
This will make you feel maybe a little better as just an objective fan.
Fuck.
Okay.
I don't think it will. You forget how much of a hater I am in my heart.
You're a hater, but would you rather see a Warriors beating the Heat in 5 or the Warriors beating the Celtics in 7? Because the Heat were battered. They weren't doing shit to the Warriors. Maybe a healthy Heat team makes it interesting, but they don't have enough offense. The Warriors have so much offense. And it's an offensive league at the end of the day. That's why Jimmy has to take over, because Bam wasn't doing enough. Tyler's hurt. They benched our guy Duncan. Strus is terrific, but he was inconsistent,
Yeah.
They've got a very good team. Lowry's hurt too. I think the Celtics are going to make this a better finals, unfortunately.
What I wanted was fucking Suns Bucks 2. Giannis comes back, fucking puts his, or you know what? Giannis versus the Warriors.
That would have
been fucking nice. Because
that's good for the NBA. You get the two biggest,
and I get to fucking be charged up, rooting hard. You know what I mean? Ready to fuck.
I forgot how many famous people are Boston sports fans. You forget because you think about like New York and LA, but Boston has a shitload. And you hear them once the Celtics start doing well in the playoffs. Everyone's coming out of the woodwork. It makes me fucking sick. They match up well against the Warriors. I don't think they're going to win, but they are going to pose. This might be the toughest team the Warriors have played in the postseason.
Look, for me to root for either one of these teams, I needed Giannis to get one more. Are they tougher than the
Grizzlies?
The Celtics?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
With a healthy Ja, I think it's a good series, but I think the Celtics are tougher.
I think the Celtics are a much better team. They're
a very similar team. They're both hard-nosed defensive teams. The difference is the Celtics have Tatum and Brown, who are both offensive. It's a lot of firepower.
Well, I mean, dude, they have Tatum and fucking Horford is really who they fucking have.
Well,
that's what's fucking pissing me off. The fucking Bucks didn't get shit. And then these fucking cocksuckers pull Al Horford, who's playing better than he's ever had in his fucking life. Yeah. Boston doesn't deserve this. It's a shitty fucking city. It's dog shit. Oh, the fucking Boston Tea Party. Who gives a fuck? You didn't do shit. Fuck Sam Adams. It's a little fucking town. All they talk about is they got all those fucking schools, which, by the way, where do you think fucking billionaire pedophiles are coming from? They're all going to school in Boston. They're going to fucking Harvard. They're going to fucking...
There's some Yale pedophiles,
There's plenty of either Ivy League pedophiles, but there's a lot of... Boston's a big college town, okay? Yeah. A lot of fucked up stuff is going on in fucking Boston. None of those fucking idiots go to those schools. They're all fucking, shore trash. They all live in these fucking horrible suburbs. Boston is not even a real fucking city. It's a downtown that tourists and like rich foreigners have invested in, and everything else is just it's a bunch of fucking, it's like a solar system, and all the little fucking shitty towns are dumb planets full of white trash. And it's a fucking horrible city. The roast beef and fried clam places are pretty good. I'll give them that.
The lobster rolls are fantastic. Shout
I do
out to
like
Row
Kelly's.
34.
I do like Kelly's roast beef.
Look, I don't share Stavi's disdain for the city of Boston. I hate the teams. Fuck the Sox.
Oh, you got a couple
Celtics.
cousins in Boston, and now it's a good fucking town.
I have a few cousins. My grandparents were good people in Boston.
Fuck them. I'm sorry. Your
What
grandparents.
happened in the latest episode?
Your
What
grandparents.
happened in the latest episode of Pod Life? Stav said, "Fuck my dead grandma, dude." It was weird.
Look, she's getting caught up in my blanket. Fuck Boston. That's not my fault. It's a procedural issue. I don't mean it hurts. It hurts me to do it, but she's there.
Look, I will say. This team is.
I can't get excited, dude. That's the problem.
Did you hear what Jason Tatum said when they reached their low point and they knew they had to come out of?
Yeah, when they lost to the Knicks, right?
When RJ Barrett banked in a game winner. So really, this is as much as New York's finals as it is Boston.
Okay. Now you got me. It's like this. We can play that clip and say this counts as a Knicks championship, but
it's close.
I don't want them to. I don't want either of these teams to win. That's the thing. I'm powerless.
What does your heart say? Who do you want to win?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's like every time it's like my brain is doing the calculation, and then it just like when it's at 99%, it just stops.
Okay,
and
well,
it's like
I hear you. It's like a software update that just won't
exactly.
go through.
It won't go through. I
think.
can't bring myself to choose one.
As an objective basketball fan, I'm gonna get you to try to enjoy it. Here's two angles. One is if the Celtics win, God forbid, at least there's a new bad guy in town. At least there's a new star in Jason Tatum. It's good for the league. It really is. When a new star rises, even if we don't like them,
they're already the bad guy. I can't hate Boston more than I hate them now.
Here's number two.
All right.
If the Warriors win, it's going to make a damn good 30 for 30. The Clay coming back, Draymond's madness.
They got lucky. They got fucking lucky the same way Boston did. The Denver Nuggets sucked it. Look, regular season, good team. Jokic wins his MVP. They don't have their best two fucking players. Then they play the Grizzlies without Ja gets fucking hurt. Okay?
Yeah.
Their backups fucking blow them out, right? Then fucking the Suns implode. That should have been the series. The Suns and Warriors, top of their game. I'm watching that. But
as a basketball fan, that would have been the best series of the whole playoffs.
And I love Luka, but that team was not ready for this. This team, honestly, Luka had kind of like.
There's talk about who they're going to go for. Do they try to go for Gobert? Do they try to make a move for Levine? Like, what can they do to give Luka a true co-pilot where they failed with Kristaps? Dinwiddie really looked terrific as their second player at times in this postseason, but he's more of a third guy, I think.
Yeah, it is an interesting idea of like what kind of player do you want around Luka? I think what you need to do is run the LeBron playbook of just Luka and shooting, and that's fucking it.
And I will say, even though Reggie Bullock had that one awful game where he couldn't hit a bucket.
He's perfect.
I love him. I miss him in New York. The Knicks really went away from what made us great.
Dude, he's a perfect low-cost role player. Perfect, especially for the Mavs.
Yeah, no, I loved Bullock, and I miss him in New York. He was a terrific 3-and-D guy. He's a modern NBA guy. He's everything that I like. And God bless Alec Burks, too, but I think we should have kept them both. And yeah, I'm bummed for the finals as well, but there are storylines that are kind of fun. Clay coming back is a good storyline. I love Klay Thompson. Steph getting the finals.
Yeah, but Clay's. I mean, I guess he had that one. He was like real proud of the Game 6 against the Grizzlies or whatever. And he's had some nice performances. But it's like I think that's the thing about these Warriors teams, right? I was ready to root for them when it was going to be like, this is their last run. You know what I mean? This is not their last run. They're going to have 2 or 3 more shots at this. And that's what fucking breaks my heart. They've
really lucked out with picks, and they've really lucked out with
listen, maybe that, you know what? Maybe that's not true, because next year I think Denver will be much more of a challenge, right?
Yeah.
You've got they're getting their guys back. I mean, Murray alone, even without forget about Maga Porter Jr. and his fucked up back. Like even Murray alone would really. And now they lost their GM, right? They lost their GM. He went to the Timberwolves.
I don't think the Nuggets have enough firepower. Even with they need Porter and they need Murray, or they're not going.
Dude,
also, you didn't mention the Clippers.
Well, I'm trying to lay out the whole thing, right? Where the Clippers are next. Where it's like I love that trade for them. We talked about it at the time. I loved when they got Covington and Norm
Powell.
And they are stocked with the exact kind of fucking guys that you need in the modern NBA. You get Kawhi back. You get Paul George played a little bit at the end of the season. And that's going to be a fucking sick team. Now, look, who knows what the fuck the Lakers are going to do, but you got to think they're going to be better than this.
Well, maybe, but they are bringing Westbrook back because they're not going to be able to trade him without giving up draft assets, and they're not doing that. So the Lakers are still in shit, I think. I don't know. It would be so funny if LeBron pushed a trade out of there. LeBron back in Miami, LeBron in Cleveland. Miami could be fun for LeBron. LeBron and Jimmy.
That's interesting. That's it.
And you keep the shooters. You got all the shooters around you. You got Bam. That's a tough team.
So Mavs are going to be better, right? Now the Suns might fall off. Who knows? I mean, who knows what's going on with Chris Paul?
LeBron holds a press conference. I am bringing my talents back to South Beach. I was like, come on, dude. This is bullshit.
That would be fucking sick. Yeah, enjoy. They're gonna get Strus, Duncan Robinson, Tyler, fucking couple first rounders. Anyway.
And the Lakers will be better because then you just let Russ be Russ and pass off the shooters, and you got AD.
They'll be 7th seed better. You know what I mean? Like 6th
they're
seed.
not competing.
Yeah. Then look,
the Jazz are going to blow it up. The Jazz will be worse.
Jazz will probably be worse, but Pelicans. I mean, the Pelicans look fucking.
Will be better.
Although you know what? It's like, now does that Sun series look a little weird? Because, like, were they just bad? Like, the fact that an 8 seed pushed them because of how they collapsed?
They're not just bad. They're not just bad because I don't think the Mavs are just bad either. I think the Mavs are tough.
Yeah.
The Mavs had games where they couldn't buy a bucket. They're a live by the 3, die by the 3 type of team. They need someone other than Luka. I mean, Luka is going to be exhausted. The Pels have Ingram. They have McCollum. They will have a healthy Zion.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They have Herb Williams. The Pelicans are a fucking good team. Herb Jones. Herb Williams is a former Knick. I'm sorry. That was my guy. Herb Williams.
But Herb is fucking sick.
Herb was the guy when Knicks had him when he was old as shit.
Oh,
and he was the dude that everyone would cheer like, Herb, Herb. And they would put him in when we were up or down by 30.
Yeah.
And the fans would go fucking nuts.
Fan favorite. So anyway, I don't know what the fuck. I really just wanted this to be a fucking Giannis year, and then I could he gets 2 under his belt. Then I'm easy going.
He still probably will. I mean, the thing about the Bucks is like without Middleton, that's their second best player.
Yeah.
That's
how good Giannis is.
That.
That's how good
exactly.
Giannis is. Yeah.
If the Celtics were without Jaylen Brown for this whole postseason, you think they'd be in the finals? And
right.
Brown, I think that's at least comparable.
Yeah, I mean Brown has looked weird at times though. In this, that's the thing about the Celtics.
But he plays great D.
He plays good D. He gets stripped so often. He loses the ball a lot. It's kind of strange, but yeah, I mean I'm with you. I just think it's been a weird playoffs, and I mean everything we just said about the West. I feel the opposite about the East, where it's like. The Heat will probably be back. The Celtics will be back. The Bucks will be back.
Heat are going to make a move, though, I think.
What's going on with the Sixers?
What kind of package do you do around Hero to try to maybe do a win now thing? Because how many more years can you get this out of Jimmy the way he's playing?
I've heard a little bit of Bradley Beal stuff. Whispers from the Avenue.
What's the package?
And by that I mean like it just I saw like somebody tweet it out and I was like, oh yeah, that would make sense.
I wonder if Beal makes sense for them. I mean,
it definitely. I mean.
How much better, though, is Beal than Hero next year? Hero looked really good this year.
That's true. Do you want to pay? I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. Do you just stick with your guy? But if
you missed the finals, if you're the Miami Heat, you missed the finals by a game, and you didn't have probably your second best playmaker, your second best scorer.
So Beal, who's 28, who's in the middle of his prime, has averaged 29, 4.5, 5.5 assists, and shooting.
But what's his shooting? His shooting percentage this year was dog shit.
Well, over the last 3 years, it's 47%, let's say.
What was it last year?
I don't know. I didn't see. He did not play that great last year.
That's what I'm saying. Last year, you know what? He shot 30 from 3, 45
That's not good.
from 2. Yeah, and what did Tyler Hero shoot? 40 from 3, 39.9.
Yeah, but he's coming off the fucking bench. Let's be real. Beal is getting double teamed and shit.
That's fair. And he's on a better team
and
with
by
a
the
lot
way,
of shooting.
And Beal feels like the kind of guy who look, to suck Heat culture off. There are certain guys that playing for the Heat boosts them, right?
Yeah.
And there's certain guys where it doesn't make sense. Did you see that hilarious Jermaine O'Neal interview?
What did he say?
Dude, because remember Jermaine was on the. Remember he was just on the Heat, and he was like
at the end.
He was on the Heat at the end. I think he was on that championship team, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I don't remember
He was on the Warriors and the Heat at the end, which is kind of funny.
he was on the Shaq championship team, but I don't remember for sure. Anyway, he was talking about. He was like, yeah, I knew LeBron was coming. Like we knew that was happening.
No, he wasn't on the championship team. He never got a ring. I think that's part of why. Unless was he on that Warriors championship team?
I don't remember if he was on the first one. I don't think so, but maybe. Anyway, he did this fucking hilarious. And let me see if I can just find it.
I don't think Jermaine ever got a ring.
Oh, that's a shame.
I think that's why he's having a hard time with Artest, costing him that 1 year.
Yeah, hold on.
They looked amazing.
Here. Oh, yeah, that definitely was going to be the year. Here, I'm about to play it. Try not to talk over because you're on my feed as well, but here you go. Can you hear that? You can't. Oh, here. Ready? What about now?
Like, I knew LeBron and them was coming. And this is the realest thing I could tell y'all. You know, they got that 8% body fat.
That
right?
shit's serious.
For a big guy.
Yeah.
That's heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going into the pantry at night, looking at the Oreos looking at me. Right? And I am in a full battle daily on what I ate. And I was like, I'm 30 plus years old. I can't go through this. So I was like, look, I'm too old to be having a debate whether I want to have an Oreo or not. Right? I can't do that shit. So that's why I left Miami.
I mean, that is fucking hilarious.
I did hear this. I did see this on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, amazing. I mean, people forget how good Jermaine was in his prime, too. He's like one of the most kind of forgotten guys.
Yeah.
In his prime, he was in the most power forward rich era of like Garnett, Duncan,
Yep.
Rasheed.
And he started his career buried on the bench. I mean, he was drafted by the Blazers behind Rasheed.
And behind Zach Randolph.
You're right. Yes.
They were both on that team. Another great power forward from that era. I mean,
crazy.
That was a loaded.
I mean,
that was,
to have those three
Dirk
guys
was in that era, dude.
Yeah. That's insane. So anyway, my point is, Jermaine O'Neal, the Heat culture wasn't working for him. Bradley Beal, I think actually from everything we've seen from him, he would do great there because now it's a small sample size, but those early Wall Beal playoff teams, Beal elevated his game in the playoffs. He is the kind of guy that when it matters, he is fucking awesome. And I just think, it depends what you think of Tyler Hero long term. I think you're gonna have to pay him big money. I mean, Beal already makes a lot of money anyway, so it's a matter.
Does it make sense for the Warriors though?
You mean the Wizards?
The Wizards, sorry, yeah.
For the Wizards, the thought process is, look, if you believe in if you believe in Tyler Hero, which I think there's reason to believe in him, you're saying like, all right, Beal is 28, Hero's what, 22? We're basically getting a similar player. Isn't that what you think Tyler Hero can turn into if you believe in him? A Bradley Beal type? And it didn't work with Beal. Why don't we reset the clock? we've got a younger nucleus now anyway, and now they grow together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thought process if you're the Wizards.
The white 1-2 of Hero and Porzingis. In Washington.
That would be funny if that's who DC gets. the Chocolate City All-Stars. But the other thing, now I would be worried because Hero, even in Heat culture last year, let it go to his head a little too much, right? Like that was the reporting, that there was friction in the locker room, that Jimmy, like after loving him rookie year, his sophomore year where he had that slump, and you were all over me because of the RJ versus
playoffs.
Hero debate.
Yeah.
And because he did look bad his second year. Like the worry is the Wizards are not as good of an organization. They don't have that track record of being able to elevate their players. Will it go to Hero's head? If you max him out, if you give him a fucking, like Murray type deal, you give him like one of those deals where he shows some promise and you want him to grow into it. Is he the kind of guy that is going to fucking rest on his laurels, love being a star? Will it go to his head? And then when he doesn't have Jimmy Butler breathing down his fucking neck and he's the man in the franchise, is he a little too young for that? I think so, right? I do, but I do think Beal to the Heat makes some sense.
Well, Beal, Jimmy,
and
Bam.
apparently it was Shams reported it, so there is something going.
Well,
There's something to
Beal,
it.
Jimmy, and Bam is a legitimate big three. Like we throw those words around a lot, but like that's a big three where you're like, shit, that's three dudes who could fuck us up.
And they have room to grow because look, Bam was a little, I think, hesitant this series, these playoffs even. And I think Bam has something. He's got the jump Giannis already made. He's got the jump Jokic had to sort of make, where it's like, look, you're the fucking guy. Stop trying to set everyone up. Like, I think his game is a little timid. I think he looks up to guy. I think he needs to become on level with Jimmy, especially as Jimmy is getting older. You need that from Bam, and you need him to have that killer instinct like Giannis has, and I think he's got it in him. He's a fucking incredibly good player. He just has to. It's a mentality thing, and I trust it from Bam. So I think they have room to improve. And look, if you're the Heat, you might just say, let's roll with our guy. We think Hero can improve too, but who knows?
Maybe the Wizards just go all in on shooting. They get Hero, Duncan, Porzingis, just everyone. Maybe you sign Peyton Pritchard. Just get a bunch of white guys who can shoot the lights out.
Yeah. Get what's his face back from Dallas. Can you tell how little we want to talk about the finals? We're talking about what the Heat do in the offseason.
Well, here's another thing I'll say about the finals is Marcus Smart nearly shot them out of that game. That was a crazy thing in the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, the Heat almost pulled off maybe the greatest Game 7 comeback
so
of all
awesome.
time. And I thought they were going to first. I was 13 points. I'm like, it's over. But, dude, Marcus Smart bricked like 5 straight threes. Do you remember that? Why is Marcus Smart still shooting?
I was smiling so hard. It was the only thing giving me any pleasure. Like, I had a weird day that day. So, like, and just certain things weren't going my way. And I got done with my day, and I was like, I'm about to watch this game. I was like, the Celtics are going to win.
Yeah.
Like, God hates me today. My vibes are all off. And then when the Heat were making that comeback, I was like, oh, a ray of light. Maybe it's not all lost. And it was more just cruel. It was like, no, let me just let you think you're going to get what you want, and you won't. And look, if they, it would have been, because here's the thing. I see to answer 20 minutes later your question from earlier, which is Heat, Warriors over Heat in 5, Warriors over Celtics in 7. I just would have liked one of the Warriors or Celtics to feel pain because one of them was going to win.
Right.
And if the Celtics were out, fuck it. I would have taken the Heat over in losing. Let the Heat get swept for all I give a fuck. One of the teams I wanted to fucking.
You don't want to. I think this could be a pretty good finals. I think the Warriors will win it, but
I'm going to be watching like, oh, that's like saying like, oh, I think that guy's going to do a really good job of fucking your girlfriend. It's like, I don't care. I don't want to watch it. It's like, I have to he might be dicking her down nice. And for a different guy, that would be cool to beat off to. but not me. I'm getting my heart broken watching these guys put on good performances. Because there's also a possibility that Jason Tatum fucking wins a Finals MVP. Everyone starts saying, "Is it Giannis or Tatum?" And then my eyes will bulge out of my fucking head if I hear one person say that. I'm gonna start slapping people with Boston accents if that happens.
Yeah, look, Giannis beat the Suns. He never beat the Warriors.
Oh my God,
It's
dude.
starting, bro.
Don't make me catch an Uber to the fucking Upper West Side right now.
Dude, I gotta say, man, it's fucking.
And fuck the Bucks ownership, by the way. PJ Tucker would have been great to have here. You're cheap pieces of shit. Spend your money. You have the best player in the NBA. You fucking pieces of dog shit. I wish I could piss in your mouths. Go ahead, Sam. I do mean that.
I think we all need to talk about.
And I would save up. By the way, I would drink soda. No water. It's gonna be a yellow.
Eat some
piss.
asparagus.
I'm getting asparagus. I'm eating stuff with a lot of umami in it, brother. All right, you're gonna get a fucking brothy type piss in your mouth. You fucking hedge fund cock suckers. You should have resigned PJ. He would have been useful in that Boston series. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we need to talk about what the people want to hear, and that's the Knicks' 11th pick in the draft.
Yeah, that is true.
What can the Knicks do? Who can we sign? No, dude. Look, man. You look at some great 11th picks over the years. Klay Thompson was one. You never know who we draft. The Knicks land a Klay Thompson type. I think it's doable. Now, I'm excited for next year. I think the Knicks will be better. We banked a little too much on offense, but hey, man. It'll be all right. I'm depressed. I'm with you. The finals, it's also depressing because the window's closing. We're gonna have to take a look at our lives very soon with basketball out. I'm gonna miss Inside the NBA on TNT. We know that the teams that we kind of want to see win or losing, it's kind of like our lives in a sense, where you're you're kind of like, oh, the window's closing. It's
No, I know. I'm feeling my mortality, and let's talk. You know what? Fuck it. You're right. This is a fuck it. We need to talk Knicks. What should we do this offseason? I think a couple no-brainers you pick up quickly, and Toppin's, options without question. They're a part of the fucking.
Sure. And I
think you extend RJ too.
Oh, I love RJ. Yeah,
you gotta extend RJ.
Yeah, the question is for how much. I mean, maybe we do it now. We gamble that he will be that good. I think he could be that good. I believe in him. But the question now is. And also as a culture guy, RJ is a no-brainer. He's just got the right attitude. I wouldn't mind the kid from Dallas, the point guard. I mean, how much do we have to pay?
I think he's going to be fucking expensive, bro.
Too expensive?
I mean, first of all, I think Dallas keeps him, right? I think they do anything in their power to keep him. What about if we can't get him, what about somebody like Monty Morris from the Nuggets, right? Like, what about like a nice little backup that can fucking do something cute for you? What about the Grizzlies? Ty fucking Jones or whatever.
Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones. That's not a bad.
I like him. I like him, but you're talking all backups now. Like, why can't the Knicks get a legit starting point guard? I mean, those guys are fine as backups, but at that point, do we just start quickly at point and give them a shot?
Can we just take on John Wall for free? Can we do a flyer on John Wall? Can we take his salary for the year?
I like John Wall. I think that's interesting. And then you have, can you imagine John Wall with Derrick Rose off the bench? I mean, holy shit.
Oh, wow. Now it's college again. Now we're talking about our youth again. I love it, dude.
And what if they're both good? Does that mean that we can still fuck and they're still cool?
We can still fuck. Yeah, and we're cool. Yep. We're not losers. We go to our siblings. We go to our siblings with families, and we're like, oh, nice family, you fucking loser. John Wall is starting for the Knicks. I'm gonna live forever. That's how I would feel.
I think John Wall would be very good for us, actually.
Now we're talking.
Look, I mean, the reason he didn't get traded last year is because the contract was so big and they wanted a pick. But is he a free agent?
No, I think he's got one more year. I think he's expiring.
Eat it, dude. Eat the money. Why not?
Yeah, but what do we? How do we even make the money work? I don't know. I have to think about it. Now, what about
Fournier?
Yeah, they're taking. See, that's the thing. They're not going to want to take back money. Is the problem.
Fournier, I think, could have a bounce back year. The shooting is so good, and he came on strong in the second half. I could see Fournier having a nice.
Listen, if Fournier is the one offensive or defensive liability in a fucking team, that's different. But Now, what about this? You're gonna hate this. What about checking the tires, kicking the tires on a Julius trade?
No.
You just don't even want to listen to it.
Here's a problem. His stock is too low. We will never get back what he's actually worth. Like, if we are to trade him at some point, let him fucking ball out so we can get that stock back up, because Julius is a very good player. He just might not be right for New York.
He's a good player. He's a good player.
The way he responded to some criticism in New York was not how a guy like RJ would have responded. And that's something you just have to think about. I love Julius Randle. I'm a big Julius Randle fan. I think the thumbs down to the crowd, it's stuff where it's like, hey man, even Melo took a lot of fucking criticism in New York. He never did shit like that.
Yeah.
You have to think about, like, we're a tough city, but we're a fair city, and we love our Knicks.
I will say, listen,
that's not what a leader does. That's not what a leader does.
Here's what I would say with I'm getting a delivery. Hold on, let me buzz him in. Oh wait, is that Eldis's bitch ass? 1 second, let me buzz whoever the fuck is out in there. All right, I'm back. Damn, the studio doesn't have air conditioning because it'll fuck the sound up. And I popped into that nice, cool hallway breeze, air-conditioned air. I can't wait to lay my little nuts out on the couch after this podcast. Cool them down a little bit.
Love it.
What I'll say is, like, you know, Julius is a good player on a, you know, and you're right. The contract is not even that bad. It's never over 30 mil. It's what, like 20 something, like it's relatively good next year. And you know, as a third option on a really good team, or a you know, I think he could make sense. But
yeah, dude,
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Jalen Brunson might get paid more than Julius Randle.
That's interesting. That's interesting to think about. I'm on the record. I don't want Donovan Mitchell. I don't want him.
Of course not. Because we'd have to get rid of everything. And I love Donovan Mitchell. I think he's cool as hell. He's like a New York guy. The Spider-Man shit I love. But it's Melo shit all over again I'm sorry, Melo is a better player. Like a Melo in his prime.
Without question.
Melo in his prime
is in the heights that Randall got a second team All-NBA because things broke as well as they possibly could have.
They could break again.
Melo is a, you know, first team All-NBA type talent, like, you know, just a great player, one of the greatest offensive players in NBA history. Anyway, whatever. Fuck it. You know, I would just like to see a little something. What about Julius for Miles Turner? I'm looking at just
that's an insult. That's an insult that you just said that. That's disgusting. Shame on you. Shame on you.
You know, what else?
My question is, what do we do with a guy like Mitchell Robinson? Because we re-sign him for what? Best case, 4 years, 48 probably. And best case, and now we're spending close to $80 million on rim protectors when you add in Nerlens Noel. And I love Mitchell and I love Nerlens. I love them both. But that's kind of a position you can't spend that kind of money on anymore, I don't think. I just don't.
I agree with you.
Unless there are guys like Turner who can step out and hit the three as well. I do like Turner, but to mention him in the same conversation as King Julius, you, sir, will be removed. Remove this man.
From King Julius's court?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have faith. My faith in Mitchell has waned, honestly. I was hoping he would show something. I thought this year was going to be a huge year for him. It was his contract year. I thought, you know, he really needed it, and I don't even want to give him fucking 12 a year. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't. I think at this point he plays like a fucking kind of get him off the fucking scrap heap big, and it's like maybe a different team with no rim protectors will take a shot at him. But I don't know, man. The idea that he would have Because the truly the blueprint you'd like to follow is what happened with Robert Williams, and they've had kind of similar career trajectories, but Williams has arrived this year, right?
Yeah,
and I was hoping Mitch would do that
hope
too.
that Mitch could. Mitch still has it in him. Like when we drafted him, people were like, "Holy shit, this guy is a steal, no doubt." I mean,
yeah, but he has not really fucking improved that much since then, and they're the same
mental
age.
lapses on defense. The talent's all there. There were issues staying on the floor. There's been health issues. There's a lot of question marks still to pay a guy.
Yeah,
But someone's going to pay him.
I think he'll make a nice little sum here. But anyway, I guess do we have to even make predictions? I can't bring myself. I don't give a fuck who wins.
My prediction was Warriors in 6. I could see Warriors in 7. I don't think Celtics win this, but I could be wrong because they do match up well, I think. I do think they pose some problems. I think Marcus Smart, no one's like really shutting Steph down, but he's going to make it tough on him. Marcus Smart is an elite perimeter defender. You've got Jalen and Tatum play great defense. You've got Derek White. Like they all kind of just play as a team. So Horford, Williams, they're a tough team. Grant Williams also has been a really solid
that guy's so
rotation
annoying.
guy. That's what you want. I mean, I could see them winning. I really could. A lot of people sleep on them. I think the Warriors win, but would not be shocked. My prediction's Warriors in 6. I mean, man, it would be fun to do a 7-game finals though.
Yeah, I guess that would be fun. I guess I see the Warriors winning, but I'm not rooting for, I don't know I'm not rooting for anything, like I said. I'm not. I was about to say I'm rooting for the planes to crash into each other.
Don't say that, Stavros. That's not.
I'm not. I didn't. Look, they parachute.
By
How about this?
By default, the Miami Heat win.
Listen, I'm rooting for the planes to crash into each other. Everyone parachutes to safety, but they're too banged up to finish the finals. And they say, well, who's the best player in the league? We'll give him the championship. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo. And we'll do that.
This is not a possible outcome stuff.
Who had the most heroic playoffs? It was Giannis. All right, whatever. Fuck them. I'm not even dignifying this asterisk-laden series. By the way, Max Strus's foot was not out of bounds.
I don't think it was either. I think that's pretty fucked up.
So I won't even dignify this asterisk-laden finals with a prediction because to me,
why are people not talking about that more? I don't think his foot was out.
I think they should be talking about it more because it's just so weird to overturn. Like usually they do that when it's clear fucking cut. Like to come back and they've taken the 3 away, it's like, oh, that guy's foot was on the line. So it's a 2, not a 3. So they take a point away. Or he fully stepped out of bounds. To come back and overturn it on something that wasn't night and day clear is ridiculous. I agree. It was fucking ridiculous. And that's the 3 points that make a big difference. But anyway, why don't we fucking end the fucking episode with just some life updates? The folks haven't really talked to us. What's going on with you, Sammy? What's going on with me? Obviously I got my special coming. It's coming this Sunday, 6/5. I'm very stoked. It's going head to head with the finals, hilariously, the way it broke down. But, watch my special, the first hour. Catch the second half of these Who Gives a Fuck finals anyway. But tune in. It's a live premiere. I will be there. I'll be in the chat fucking around. I'm thrilled for it. And so, I've been very busy doing promo for that. Just kind of all over the place, running around, finishing up my tour. I'm in Philadelphia in 2 weeks, or I'm in Providence in 2 weeks. I'm in Philadelphia after that. And we just added shows. Those are the last shows I am doing for 3 months. So get those tickets or you won't fucking see me till September. But that's basically, I've just been fucking running around like a mother, I have 1 more month of a ton of fucking work and then I'm done.
Hell yeah,
I'm
dude.
excited. But what's going on with you? How have you been the last couple, the last month where the beautiful Hard Dick 2000 and the rest of our listeners haven't had a chance to hear
Miss you guys. Yeah, man. Miss you especially. I mean, on the road too. I'm in Providence this weekend. Added a Thursday late show. The rest is sold out, I think. So I hope I see you guys there. Shooting a new special next week in Chicago.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, 7 shows. I think we're going to release some tickets for that one.
You're doing 7 shows in Chicago?
I am.
You're taping every single one?
I'm a psycho.
Wow.
I don't know why. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm a dum-dum.
How expensive? We can talk about that off.
We'll talk about that off air. Yeah. We'll talk about that off air. And then we have, Tampa, Cleveland, all these fun little, markets I'm hitting. All
Love
these
it.
great little cities. Love them.
Sick, dude.
Everything's good, man. Just, burn it a little too hard.
Of course.
On both ends, as always.
Believe me, yeah. It's honestly, guys, it's a miracle we did this podcast this season. The workload me and Sam have had for us, a lot of travel, a lot of whatever. We've always found it. And just to kind of update you on what's going on, Sam's got a bunch of projects. I got a bunch of projects. Sam's probably you're gonna be stepping away at least for the summer.
But we'll still do this. I mean,
You'll pop on as a guest,
yeah.
and look, we'll both have to see where we're at the beginning of next season before we make any final decisions. But the pod is, we're rolling along right now, and Sam will pop in here and there when he can, and but that's kind of where Pod Don't Lie stands, where we've always taken it easy during the off season anyway. We're gonna fucking extra take it easy, and then we're just gonna have to reassess, see where both of us are at the beginning of next season. Because the truth is, we love doing the fucking show. It's the funnest podcast we do.
Yeah,
Because
we don't really have to prep, which is awesome because
We don't
we
have
just
to prep.
watch basketball.
Yeah,
Stabby is my fucking favorite.
These are it's the best conversations. Yeah, we have such
we have these convos. Literally, we're both busy, but we're literally having these convos by text.
Yeah.
It's
We should
the
start
easiest
releasing.
podcast.
Yeah, we start releasing our text threads to the Patreon. So just a little update for that. We're gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna go single dad mode for the summer, and then we're just gonna see what the fuck happens when the new season rolls around. But we love everybody who's listening, and we will. And look, if you're fans of ours, it's actually good, because that means the reason we can't do episodes is because other things in our careers are going really well. So
For sure.
So that's what it is, guys. Just wanted to update you because we've been in a little bit of a limbo here, but it was great having you, Sammy. We definitely got a.
I loved
We'll
it.
do like an off-season one too, where we talk about all the.
I can't
off-season
wait.
ones.
I can't wait to fill the room with some Knicks QAnon conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Because I'm fired. I really am. I always get fired up for the Knicks. It's really my favorite thing. So
That might be what does get you coming on more, is when the Knicks start playing again. You might have to. Your
that's
fucking.
how this pod started. I think the Knicks struck out on Kyrie and KD, and I was like, we need to talk about it. So now that KD is miserable in Brooklyn, let's start the rumors to New York. It's just
Let's
a
do
fucking
it.
subway ride away, brother.
Come on, dude. That what they really, dude. They just need a fucking. It's shameful they don't have a Manhattan training facility. Like these guys, it's like that's the reason these guys aren't coming to the Knicks. No one's going to fucking Westchester to shoot to put up shots. It's ridiculous.
It is.
Anyway, that's gonna do it for us here, folks. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back in some form or fashion soon. Love ya. Bye bye.
Love ya.